well. Okay, so I have RiRi Woo to show you. All the craze, literally like MAC's website shut down, and it was just like a crazy nut job on the website. So if you got them, you can only check out with one. It was crazy. It's coming back in June with her full collection. But anyway, MAC and Rihanna paired up. MAC always, finds a female musician and partners up, and we always see Rihanna rocking that signature red lip, which we all thought was Ruby Woo. So I think they went in and mixed some concoctions together, came out with her version, and they named it RiRi Woo. There's so much buzz, so much rage about it. People are going nuts about it, and I'm happy I got my hands on it because it is just any old red lipstick, but it's this new formula called the Retro Matte, which is sort of a new take on the matte lipstick. I have some dupes that I want to show you, but just my first impression. I just received it, so excited about it. I'm wearing it today. It's a different formula. For me, it seems a little bit more drier than a matte, but people went nuts over this, like seriously berserk. I was on it at 12 o'clock because I knew that it was going to sell at 12, and I knew it was going to go fast. But it took me a half an hour to check out, and I was like reading on blogs, like people were taking them hours, just crazy. But anyway, it went for $15 like the regular MAC lipsticks. MAC describes it as I'm gonna read it to you from the website, a matte cool red with a retro matte finish. What's also unique about it is it has her signature engraved, but it says RiRi. Does it say Woo? No. And I just used it for the first time today. It's one of those reds that makes your teeth look white and beautiful. It's like a very blue toned red. It is beautiful, but it's nothing we haven't seen before. Now, the color itself, it's a strong medium red. It has some cool tones to it. Really, really makes your teeth look white. Now, this retro matte formula, it is much drier, much stiffer. I absolutely say put it on with a lip brush because it does tug on the lips like a lot, more than any matte lipstick I've ever seen, but it stays and lasts and lasts and lasts all day long and doesn't really bleed. Like I've had this on now for maybe 2 hours. It's super pigmented, super striking, but if you own Ruby Woo, it's just gonna feel redundant, like, nothing new. It does start to feel a little drying on the lip. This retro matte is a little drying. It's super matte. And like when I think of matte, I think of NARS's Dragon Girl, which is one of their matte velvet pencils from NARS, and that's not drying. Like this over time just sort of saturates the lips. But let me show you some swatches of all of them and really get into it. Now, Ruby Woo to RiRi Woo, very similar. The slight difference that RiRi Woo is a tad darker, Here they both are. On the top is RiRi Woo, the bottom is Ruby Woo. So similar. I mean, the matte formula on Ruby Woo is a little bit more lenient. This retro matte is very, very stiff, but stays on, but so similar. Like, let's look at them both together. Right here we have RiRi Woo, and right here is Ruby Woo. And just looking them by the eye, there's no difference. No difference at all. And then when you see them swatched, it is RiRi Woo is just a tad bit darker, but very similar. I do have a lot of reds in my collections, but the ones that I think were most similar, I want to show you. As you can see, all very similar. When I'm looking at them mostly, Red Racer that came out in the Hey Sailor collection last year is very, very, very similar. Also, this is Ronnie Red from Arci's Girl. It's just a tad pinker. Let me put it right above Ruby Woo and RiRi Woo. Very, very similar, but just a tad pinker in shade. Now, Charmed, I'm sure, is a little bit pinker as well. Dragon Girl is very, very similar in color. Max Runway Red, that's a little bit more brown toned red, would be very similar. But definitely RiRi Woo and Ruby Woo, dead on dupes. Ruby Woo's permanent. Go get it if you didn't get your hands on RiRi Woo, because it's nothing too spectacular, too special. Very beautiful color, just nothing that we haven't seen before. It's not one of those that I wish I got doubles, because you can get another red. Like, it doesn't have to have the engraved autograph of Rihanna's name, and you know what I mean? It's like, it's a color. But if you're a collector of MAC, which I am, and I know so many of you are, then you wanted to get your hands on it, and that's the reason that I got my hands on it. It is very beautiful. It's not going anywhere. It's definitely staying on my lips, but like I said, Ruby Woo does the same job. And RiRi Woo is super pigmented, super long wearing, like really does its job, and you get your money's worth. If Rihanna were to release like a unique shade, something that we haven't seen before, then I can see people wanting to get doubles and all all this rage about it, but it's just a red. It's just a classic red, and her name is autographed in it. So it's like, you know, people want to go nuts for it, and especially Rihanna fans. Either MAC collectors or Rihanna fans, we're definitely going to go nuts over it. But me especially, I wanted it. I wanted to see what all the buzz was about. I wanted to wear it. I wanted to own it. But I'm happy because I have Ruby Woo, and when RiRi Woo runs out, I'll be good. You know, I'm not going to be missing anything. It's nothing special. If you are a diehard fan of Rihanna, you'll want this. If you don't own a blue toned red lipstick, you'll want this. But overall, it's nothing that we haven't seen before, because here's Ruby Woo. So it's coming back in June, so if you want it there. But that day when it sold out in 3 hours, they said, but it was like you couldn't even check out. It was just crazy. But I love the color, and I was so super excited to see, like, I thought it was gonna like open it and like gold and like glitter was gonna shoot out of it, because I was like, the buzz on this. But it is stunning and I love it, but don't go nuts over it. Like, just, you're okay. Like, everything's gonna be okay in the world of MAC. So RiRi Woo, Ruby Woo, Jake Woo, Dani Woo, whatever Woo you have is good. If you didn't get RiRi Woo, get Ruby Woo. Everything's gonna be okay. And that's about it. Don't forget to thumbs up this video. Let me know what you think of all the Woos, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, Keek, Vine, all down below. Jake is tired and wants to wear RiRi Woo too. Hope you guys are doing great, and I'll see you soon. Bye! While I was editing this video, I thought of a brilliant combo to try to achieve that retro matte formula that MAC has created. I would try NARS's Dragon Girl with MAC's Ruby Woo over top. I really think that Dragon Girl will saturate the lips to get that extra matte feel that the retro matte is giving us, and Ruby Woo will give it that shine and like powerful color. And both of these matte products are really pigmented and super creamy. I'm going to give this combo a try. I'm going to post it on my Instagram. If you're looking to achieve that retro matte look, give this a go.